losing it felt like I lost a part of myself. This is not just work for me sometimes, but this is also like an outlet, inspiration, a way for me to create beauty, a way for me to voice just some of the ways that I feel about either the city of Austin or, you know, just a really good way to make videos. So a couple weeks ago, I was out in Austin reviewing this X-Pro Trek action camera, which is really dope. If you guys want to see the review video on that, it's going to be up here. But they sent this to me and they wanted me to review it. So what I did was I hit up the Austin Rowing Club because, you know, they're out in the lake. And I asked them if I can borrow a kayak for an hour or so I can review this, you know, out in the water, see what the stabilization looks like and all that good stuff. And they were like, yeah, come on down. It's on the house. Don't worry about it, right? So first thing first, it was such a beautiful day. So weeks and weeks before this, Austin was just super hot. The sun was out all the time. There was no clouds in the sky. So by 7:30, 8 o'clock, I wouldn't want to be outside. It's crazy, crazy hot. And so, you know, this day was a perfect day. It was nice and cool in the morning. There was nothing but clouds in the sky, so the sun wasn't beaming down on you. And I thought to myself, this is the best day to be outside reviewing this camera. And, you know, we're about to go to Brownsville for my birthday, so I thought to myself, I need to get it done now. So I went out on the lake and it was great. The lake was nice and calm. It was beautiful. Other people were out there. Matter of fact, here's some footage from that. Good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful day in Austin, Texas, mainly because I am on a little kayak right now. So I'm testing out this kind of new, it's called like the Explore Trek or something, action camera that I got sent out to me right there. So I decided to holler at the Austin Rowing Club and they allowed me to use one of these kayaks. So I'm going to test out this action camera, but at the same time, have fun and relax for a bit because, you know, I need it. Now, while I was out on the lake, I went underneath some of the trees that are by the side of the lake, and I thought to myself, okay, this is a perfect time to just chill for a minute, throw the drone up, get some people, you know, kayaking and you know, paddleboarding, and I was gonna, you know, fly it around for a couple minutes and then bring it back so it can follow me back to the Austin Rowing Club. And so while I was out flying, it just cuts off. And that was the weird thing because that's happened to me before. And, you know, some of you who are drone pilots, you'll understand, like there's times where you're flying and your screen just blacks out. I was using my phone, by the way. And, you know, sometimes your screen just goes black and it says that it has lost transmission, but it hasn't lost transmission. And most of the time what tends to happen is the drone will return to home. So when that happened, I automatically pressed the return to home button just in case the drone wasn't going to do it itself. I clicked on it right away. And so usually from where I was at, right, I was maybe a few yards away. Like I could see where the drone would be because I could see the kayakers out there. So I was like, okay, I know where the drone is at. You know, I can't see it because it's small and, you know, it kind of blends into the sky. But I thought to myself, I'm able to know where it's at. So when I press the return to home button, you know, I wait a couple minutes because it should have not taken any longer than that to return to home. And I'm looking in the sky and I don't see anything. And I'm looking at my controller and none of the image has caught back up. And then it just kind of goes to the home screen where it shows you, hey, you know, if you want to connect your drone, all that kind of stuff. So I was automatically worried. I'm like, this has never happened to me before. So I just start like bolting my way to where the drone was. And I'm just like kayaking like a maniac. Now, I don't kayak a lot. I wish I would do it more, but you know, I'm usually just at home editing and all that kind of stuff. So I was out there like crazy, just 1, 2, 1, 2. Like the next day I was crazy, crazy sore. And where the drone should be, because there's other, you know, people paddleboarding and kayaking there. I'm looking at the sky and I'm like, where in the world is the drone? So I asked some of the other people that are there, like, have you seen my drone? Have you seen my drone? There should have been a drone in the sky. You guys didn't hear it. And everybody was like, nah, we didn't see anything. You know, we didn't notice anything. And so I'm like, what in the world, you know? And so on the DJI app, you could actually look at the location where the drone should be. So what I thought to myself was, one, it probably would try to return to home, hit a tree somewhere, and either got stuck on a tree, or two, when it was returning to home, it may have landed somewhere or landed on the ground by where I was. So where I was, you know, on the kayak, maybe it landed on the trail somewhere. So after like 15 or 20 minutes, just like, you know, kayaking around, I dock the kayak and I'm looking for my drone. So I walk almost an hour. It's like a legit 45 minutes, 15 minutes where I'm walking up and down, you know, where everybody's running and all that kind of stuff. And I'm looking at my app, and my app is saying it should be, you know, you're 2 minutes away, you're 3 minutes away, you're 5 minutes away. So I'm like going back and forth. And there's a point where it says, you know, you're like 4 feet away, 40 feet away or something like that. And I'm thinking to myself, so the drone should be somewhere here. And there's some construction workers around, and there were some other people around, and I did the same thing. And I was, hey guys, you know, flying my drone. Has anybody found it? Nobody said anything. One of the construction workers was like, you know what? I'll go on the roof later on. You know, I have to tell these guys what to do, but give me your number and I'll let you know if I find anything. Never got a text back. So after almost an hour of looking for it like crazy, I decided just to go back, return the kayak, and I came home. And I was so down about this, and it really affected me for like a couple of days, because as a lot of you know who follow me on social media, drone photography and drone videography is such a big part of my brand. It's such a big part of who I am and what I do. Pretty much everything that I post on social media is around drones. A lot of my channel is around teaching people how to fly drones. And so losing it felt like I lost a part of myself. Not in a weird way, but in a way of like, this is not just work for me sometimes, but this is also like an outlet, inspiration, a way for me to create beauty, a way for me to voice just some of the ways that I feel about either the city of Austin, or, you know, just a really good way to make videos. And it's also a part of what I do for other companies and clients and different, and, you know, people that I work with. So losing it was just like, man, I'm not just losing something that I enjoy to do, but this is going to affect my work. But I'm looking into getting either another Air 2S or the DJI Mini 3. I'm still not sure which one I want to get, because the Air 2S to me is the most perfect drone that has been made to date. From the size to the capabilities to everything from the internal to the external is just a perfect drone. And I loved it so much. And I remember the day that I bought that drone, you know, we didn't really have the money to spend on the drone, but I was at a place in my creativity where I said to myself, hey, either one, you're going to buy this drone and you're going to regret it and do nothing with it, or two, like, bust your ass to make this drone a big part of who you are and make the best kind of content that you can. And so that's what I did. Every single second of that moment that I had that drone, I was out in Austin shooting. I was waking up early in the morning creating content. I was maximizing everything that I could with that drone, because I thought to myself, man, I just dropped like $1,300-$1,500 on it. So I told myself, you better make this drone worth it. And I did. And it became such a big part of my brand. It became such a big part of who I am, that when I realized that day, yo, you just lost your drone, felt like I was losing a friend, man. Felt like I was losing such a big part of who I am. And I don't know if a lot of y'all can relate to that who've lost a drone before, but it really kind of hits you in the pit of the stomach. Even though you're like, okay, I could buy another one, it just does something, you know what I mean? And like I said, knowing that when I first bought that drone, I had such high expectations, you know. And I'm also very proud of myself, because since I bought the drone, I've had 900 followers on my account at that point. Now I have 21,000 followers. I've made a living off of it. I've created so much content. I've done so much with that drone. So I'm not mad at myself that, you know, I lost it, and I'm not mad at myself that, you know, I need to buy another one. But it's more of like, man, that drone has been with me through so much, and that drone really, really means a lot to me. So long story short, that's how I lost my drone. And to this day, it kind of like hurts me in the pit of the stomach, but I will fly again, and I cannot wait to get out there and create some new content when I do. So Thank you so much for everybody who asked. Thank you all of you who kind of remorsed with me when I lost it. Like, there is a lot of comments and a lot of messages of like, bro, I'm so sorry, this and that. So thank you so much for everybody who has shown love just in my content, but even after I lost my drone. It really means a lot to me, but it's not the end, and I will be back in the sky soon. So till next time, catch you on the flip side.